Right, good morning everyone. We are back again on the road to better chess, where we do not have a rating goal, because we're just trying to improve, win or lose. E4, let's play C5, very nice. Getting into the Sicilian. Oh, this might be an open. Knight F3, Knight C6. Hope you're all doing good. I'm a little bit sleepy. My newborn managed to pee outside his diaper twice in the night, so lots of changing clothes and diapers. T4, so I'm going to take that, and I'm assuming they're going to take back with their knight. This is the open Sicilian. No! Okay. Is this like a delayed Smith Morra? C3 after we've already played the opening moves. I'm not actually too concerned with that, to be honest. I can do some silliness, but yeah, I'm going to accept. I tend to accept the Smith Morra gambit. And now my general structure I like to go for might be something like this. Let's start off with A6, just covering that square over there. There are sometimes some tricks where people try and get into the weak C7 square with their bishop early, so we're just going to put a stop to that. Interesting. Alright, so I mean this stops our B5 push. So I think we're just going to continue. We could play G6, fianchetto on the long diagonal. We could play E6, which is kind of the standard. The trick now is without this, it's going to be harder to get this bishop out, but we might still be able to go for B6 and just get it out this way. Otherwise we can play G6 and D6 and get our bishops out this way. What looks good? I'm a little bit unsure about this, the way our opponent is playing right now. We could go up and hit this pawn twice, and a third time if we have to. And we could break down, but we'd get an isolated pawn. So knight f6, e5, knight g4, hitting the pawn twice. Maybe they defend it with the bishop. We can get another attacker on it. They can defend it again, at which point this knight starts to feel a little bit uncomfortable. Although once they're defended, I guess I could also go here, hitting the backwards pawn and hitting f2. I mean, they could defend that with their queen fairly easily. Alright. I think I'm just going to go onto this long diagonal, given the way that they're opening up their game with a5, a4. It's not quite the move order I'm used to, and I'm very much not used to a4 so early, but it does clamp down on a very standard b5 idea from our side. Alright, so normally you're coming in here now, but we haven't played e6 yet, so this square isn't weak. So actually we can just develop, and we could actually play e5 ourselves. Or we could go e6, oopsie sorry, e6 knight over, or we could just continue with d6 at the start, Just letting our light square bishop see some light as well. Of course, this pawn now is a little bit weak. Rook over. Okay. We could come out with our... We could come out with our knight now. We could always jump it to the side if they push. We could always do this as well. I think our knight might get trapped there though. I'm not too comfortable with that. We could jump our knight out this way. I like this queen move, but I feel like it's a bit of a one-hit. And I'm a little bit uncomfortable pushing here and leaving this square for white. So it's either here or just knight out. I feel like I should be able to take that pawn if I could just find the right way to do it. Here, they can protect it with their queen. Then we can hit the queen, I guess. No, we can't. Because the bishop isn't watching it. Here again, if they push past, I guess we have to push up. Yeah, actually that's maybe not too bad, I think. The calculation goes knight up. If they push, we attacking again. They defend it with their queen. We can attack it again. We've got 4 attackers, they've got 3 defenders, and if they happen to push past, like this, then we can actually just push here, hitting the pawn. They might be able to take with their pawn, but it's not the end of the world. Alternatively here, opening our bishop up sideways, or just this. I don't really like giving them this square, because my light square bishop's going to get stuck for a while. I'd have to do something like this, which is okay. It's doable. Otherwise pushing them away completely. And we're basically going into a Sveshnikov then. That could be fun as well, actually. That could be very fun. So kind of a Sveshnikov structure. Or what? Oh, I might actually have a little trick here as well. Push, they take. Oh, they won't take, obviously, sorry. Push, they go back. Here I can just hit the bishop as well if they push past me. And once the bishop moves, I could come in here, double pressure here and here. I like that. Let's do that. So if they push, I'm not going to go up hitting the pawn, I'm going to go sideways hitting the bishop. And then once the bishop moves, oh, okay, they didn't push, just developing. We can hit that bishop if we want to. Maybe we just want a castle. Maybe we just want a castle. At this point the bishop, I guess, is going back here. Push, take, take, take. Hit you again. I'll just hit you now. Or just castle. I guess I could do this. Just save my knight from getting kicked away. Opening up the light square bishop, we can castle. I don't really know if I want to go into the Sveshnikov structure, so I ended up not playing e5, although I think e5 was probably a good move overall. You do leave this weakness on d5, but I mean that's what you play for in the Sveshnikov. Wow, that's just... Are they trying not to castle? Very interesting. Maybe they're just trying to put their bishop away this way. Alright, also limiting my light square bishop's options. Fair enough. If I go up now, and they push this bishop back sideways, and I push, and they take, I can jump out, hitting him again, pinning, winning this pawn. No, they can get there, but then nope, doesn't quite work. It'll be a pawn sack, but it's quite fun. Okay, let's just castle. Safety first. Alright. Now we gotta start making some moves here on our opponent's position a little bit, I guess. Actually thinking I'm gonna go here, and then after hitting that bishop, if it doesn't go back this way, I can push. I can open up my game on the queen side a little bit. They can hit me here. I could fall back, I don't mind too much. Alright. Let's just finish development. It's not the ideal square for the light square bishop, but because I'm looking at the queen side, it kind of works out. We can bring a rook over, we can bring our queen out. We could have done this whole thing just with the queen as well. Okay, that actually doesn't really stop my plan much. You're defending here, but I don't really mind. I could come out and hit it. Alright, it's queen up, or it's bishop, it's knight out. I could actually hit that pawn with knight as well, but it's still defended. Alright, I think we're gonna go for this. Ask them what the light square bishop is doing. Are you gonna go backwards, or this way, or this way? Alright, all the way back on that side of the board. So how do we make progress here? We can hit this knight once. Okay, let's just bring a rook over. Now if we go here, they have to go back this way to defend the knight. Always put our bishop over on this, doubling up against this pawn. We didn't get out the way we wanted to, but it got out in a fairly good way. Okay, jumps out of the way immediately. Anyway, this pawn is not weak enough. This square... I'm gonna have to take back with the queen, I guess. I go here and you jump your knight in. Then I can do a little center tricky. Yeah, actually this might be nice. This guy isn't attacked twice yet, and I can defend it with the pawn if I have to. So I'm actually hitting this pawn twice now. If they push it... Okay. I mean, this has got to be starting to look kind of good for us, right? Two defenders. Now I think I kind of want to jump here. Open up my dark square bishop. I can hit their rook. You kind of undeveloped your pieces a bit here. Okay. We can put our queen out, but he hits us. That's not so nice. We can come out here if we want to. We can come out way onto the side, but also get hit, unfortunately. Maybe this is our move now. And here, then we pin the knight to the rook. If they trade once... Alright, I'm going to open up my dark square bishop first, actually. The options you have... This is not an option, sorry. Would you go here? I wonder. I do have this break now. Could also go this way, but then the pawn might get weak. I like the idea of pushing their bishop, their rook around a little bit, to be honest. I feel like there might be some options here. You push it and it's got how many squares to go to? Here, basically, only square. Also hits my knight. I can defend my knight. And then I can hit your rook again. Or I can do this. I hit your rook again here. Also threatens mate, that's kind of nice. Should I do this first? Just up straight away, getting here. Alright, I think we're gonna play with our opponent a bit. They're the one with less space. Here is the only move for the rook to go. Hitting my knight as well, so I'll defend it. Defend my knight. And now I can force off a trade where we get this pin and these isolated pawns to play against. Our one versus theirs. Can't move anything in here actually. Yeah, interesting how we've taken the space away from them. This is also a nice way to do it, because they have to take, because the rook's going to get lost. And then we take again, and we're threatening mate over there. Okay, this is maybe because you see this coming, I guess. But I don't really think I have to care too much about that. I could hit you right away, and then I can fork your two rooks actually, so that's kind of nice. Oh no, you're going to trade off the first one, aren't you? Yeah. Going to move the second one. Oh, then I have this. Oh, then I have take there, and then here, hitting the rook and the bishop. Ooh, okay, hello. This is looking pretty good actually. So, hit the rook first. Oh, I should have traded first. Shit. Oh, I should have traded first. Okay. I think I messed up the move order a little bit here now. Okay, but hang on. That's the... Yeah, the exchange is still hanging at least. Here, here. Okay, but you can take now like this. Which spoils my fun a little bit because I wanted to take here. Ah, I should have gone the other way. Oh, thank goodness, okay. We're gonna get the light square bishop and thus the bishop pair. Let's just see if there's any better way to do this. We do have this move as well, which actually also... Nope, never mind. Okay, so take here once. I have to take back. And then I hit your rook and your bishop. I just be careful with the knight jumps, because I've got two undefended pieces, which could get dangerous. But we have the bishop pair, which is nice. So looking at something like this, we might have to give it back, but we'll win a pawn at least. Because they open up the attack on the light square bishop. Although, I guess we have this as well, actually. Just hitting these two, and the queen has nowhere to go. And the queen can come here, and then I can win this. Okay. Okay, that didn't quite work out. Now you are hitting it. I could actually do this as well, but I want to win that pawn. So do we fall backwards? I think, well, yeah, we could go here, but it's getting kind of dicey and silly. Yeah, we could defend it and get our queen out this way. We'd still end up having to move it at some point. And we can bring this guy back, we could bring this rook out. Or we could just drop the bishop back first ourselves. Try and bring it around. I want to win the... I guess once we move this, here's gonna get weak as well. The push, take, take, take. We have to take. Yeah. I feel like defending might be better. Still covering these squares so their rook can't come in right now. Our bishop isn't actually hitting anything, but I don't really want to move it, to be honest. Not yet. I wanted to get my queen out first. Okay. Double attack the rook. Here you take. I go here. Now we have a runaway square, so that doesn't quite help. I can go here now actually, because if you take, I take, you have to take back with your queen hanging. If you don't take though, my pawn structure is tiny silly. I can still ring this guy around. I can also push actually. Take with the rook. Oh, that's actually quite dangerous. Let's do it. Oh, wrong one. Shit. Oh, I did the wrong one. Oh, that was a mistake. I was supposed to play the e5 pawn. That was a big mistake. Yeah. Okay. Not much for it. Can I deflect the queen in some way? Oh man, that was a big mistake. Alright. Mistakey, mistakey. You can hit me once, take my pawn. Oh man, we just dropped the piece. Silly, silly. Dropping a pawn as well. But the bishop's hanging, so the rook's also hanging. So actually, if I can just move the queen anyway, basically, I could win something back here. Oh, shabalsies. I actually had a move right there. The queen's overworked. Oh man, yeah. Not focusing properly, unfortunately. Now the queen is not overworked. Um, what can we do? What can we do? It's the same plan, it's just with a pawn. Oh, actually, it doesn't work. I'm just losing a piece. Oh, this is getting worse and worse. Hmm. Here's still a potential fork. Yeah, I saw that. Kinda think only move is just to get out of it. Double my pawn. Can't trade. Can't trade. Go back, hit the pawn. King's also looking out, but there's no specific... Oh shit, here's the trade, yeah. Oh man, okay. I think we've just gone sideways on this one. Well, we finish the game, and then we see. That's not the right square to force a trade, actually. So I think you give me a chance to run away. Hit your... Well, hit your everything a little bit, but unfortunately no immediate. Once this rook can just move somewhere and it'll be okay. Then I can hit your knight, but that also doesn't really help me too much. If the rook goes back... No, the queen's also on this file. Yeah. What can we do? I'm a little bit unsure, to be honest. Win some more time on the rook, maybe. I mean, you can basically just come hit us. Yeah. Can't take it. No in-between move that works. Right. Very central queen. Maybe we can bring our own rook around. And do some damage this way. Can't get into this. I'm not sure where that queen is going, to be honest. Okay, but you just gave me a pawn. And I think I'm going to take it. Okay. So our position is kind of terrible, but... And if they sack their knight for our pawns, we're still down a pawn. But it's all the pawns on the same side, so maybe we can win a... we can get back to a draw. Now that pawn is pinned. That's kind of dangerous. Let's go here, unpinning the pawn. Okay, I have an idea. I put my queen on the back rank and I hit the bishop from the side. What are you threatening here? Kind of nothing, so I'm actually just going to continue. Get it on the back rank. And here hit the bishop. If you take by accident, I can take with check. And nothing. Queen's out. I have to take this way to take back. Okay. So maybe this here. It's tricky to... If I had this... I can't defend that from anywhere, unfortunately. Is anything undefended? Nothing that I can see. Okay. I can't press here because then I could get this in. Maybe I need to move my king over to do this. Trying to trade off my... Take here, hit there, but unfortunately it's just not the... I can do this. But that doesn't have to move, nothing has to move. So I guess my only advantage is if I can get these pawns rolling. I can't get to that square because it's defended so well by the knight. I have to come around to be able to play it. But yeah, I think my plan here has to be to try and move the pawns. Yeah, I saw that coming. Don't want to trade. What to do? Undefends the rook though. Yo, gotta take quick here, then I can hear you take. Then I take. Okay. No, I don't think I want to go for it. defend the pawn this way and come out with my rook this way. Oh, okay, hang on, this might actually be good. Here, then I can get the rook out. Double attacking there. Knight. Unless they're gonna try for a sack. They are. Oh no. I mean, I have to take, I have to take, oof. Very limited on the time there. Yeah, options are limited. Now this is here. Here. Can't block. Go back, this pawn drops. Okay. Here, if they take, I've got a check and a fork. Actually, that might be take the pawn, take the pawn. Ah, didn't take the pawn. Okay, back up again. I can come in here. Not quite made just yet. My queen is in the back here. Okay. Only move. Ah, but they've got this. Ah, no, it's mate. Alright, well played, well played. There's no, like, silly... GG. Take with the queen, hit me in the back. Here we go. For the lulz, if they go here, that'd be kind of funny. Nope, never mind, GG. Alright, GG, GG. Hanging a piece, mid-game, not the best. Alright, first off, let's have a look at how we started this off. So, open Sicilian. Open Sicilian into a... So this is actually a Smith Morra then, obviously. It's just the Smith Morra with the knight moves inserted already. Alright, so we did accept, and I played a6. I think e6 is the main move here. I don't know if it's a massive problem to play a6 first. a6 and they played a4. This is slightly different. This is not something I'm used to. So now we've both inserted an a move. It does make me feel like maybe e6 was fine. I should have just played it to start with. e6 obviously does weaken this square. So then I have to kind of play this way where they take and I take back with my queen and I like chase their queen around my dark squares. Okay. Then I decided I'm not going to play e6 as well because I can't bring my bishop up this way, so I want to bring it out here, so I'm going to fianchetto my dark square bishop. Alright. Yeah, in this case, if they push, I was going to attack it. That's a third attacker. They can defend it with their... Whoopsie. They can defend it with their queen. I was going to attack it again. And then if they push past, I was going to block and have to just give up my f-pawn for their e-pawn. So I would have, you know, hanging pawns in the center, which is pretty strong, but I would have a bit of a situation. They could, oh no, they couldn't because the queen is already there. Yeah. Alright, so we can look at that line for a little bit. Then I decided to open up a light square bishop. They stopped it, making a hole for the bishop as well. Castle, castle. Yeah, here looking to break open the queen side. And I think actually our general plan worked out. b6, b3 just defending it. Now I hit the light square bishop and they put it back here, kind of cutting out my knight, defending their e-pawn. I bring my rook over and I block. I don't want to trade because although the position started open for white, white is actually the one that has less space now, I think. They've put their bishop back. Their knights are going a little bit sideways. I'm the one with the two bishops that look a little bit more active and both knights being active. And I've got the choice of when I want to open the file and an obvious space for my queen to go where their queen kind of doesn't really have, you know, very obvious many spaces to go to. Knight back, kind of increasing this feeling of I have more space than they do. This also cuts off the queen's view of this square, which is what I eventually tried to use for that fork, although I think I messed up the move order. So I hit the bishop, bishop goes back, and I hit the rook, and it's only got one square. So could I have started here with this? No, because they could trade off, and I didn't want to trade off specifically. Here, and then I wanted to play this, and I think they kind of saw it coming with this knight move. Here, and so instead of b5 first, I think I should have taken... It's the same that happened in the game, but I think here, 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 here. In this case, they could take... No, I guess there's no like good... they could sack the exchange in that case to open up my king, if that's the way they want to play, but maybe it's not so good. But I didn't want to give them the option, so I think actually here I should have taken first, then played this whole story, and then they would move and we'd end up in the same position, but I wouldn't give them the choice. Alright, knight jump, give me the bishop here, thank you very much. And here I have a choice between bringing my bishop back somewhere, probably here to bring it back into this diagonal, maybe putting it on e6 just to keep things safe and look at the queen side, or I put my queen up first. My idea was to just kind of force them to make another move before I declare that my bishop's coming back. And here my plan was to attack their bishop, because after take, their queen is overworked, but I messed up by throwing my f-pawn forward first. Although it turned out actually the exact same thing works, because after they take with the queen, the queen is defending both the bishop and the rook. So I could have taken the rook, they'd have to take back, then I would have taken their rook, and actually I would be up a pawn. Up a pawn with a pretty good situation here. Hitting their... oh man, I think I was crashing in this position, even though I didn't move the pawn I wanted to. I wanted to move the e-pawn, and if they take, I can take, and then again I would have this extra pawn, because if they take it back they lose their rook. But actually that didn't work out so good. So this actually looks like it would have been flippin' amazing if I just saw this rook capture before I moved my bishop, because I saw it right after. Very unfortunate. It's an overworked queen, but missed the tactic. And then they solidify, and I think from here actually things were kind of rough. I didn't really have a plan. I need to start moving my my pawns here, but it's kind of difficult. I think my rook actually has to get behind the d pawn, and then I need to do this. Yeah, so there I lose my a pawn, so they've got a passer. Here they could have forced the trade already. Was it earlier or later? Here, they could have just forced the trade. I would have had to take, and I would have a passer, but they would have an extra piece, you know, so maybe still a game. I have a protected passer here, but actually they wouldn't, because they would be not protected anymore. Okay, so we can have a quick look at that. And then, yeah, getting my queen, winning back their passer. They're pinning the pawn. So I have this open file, but the bishop is keeping it really safe. It's a bit of an unfortunate situation. Here I thought I could get on that and also be able to come down the open file. I probably should have come back here to defend this pawn, so I could push and then push if the queen moves to the wrong way. Or even like just come down here and then go down here to... yeah, I should have supported my middle pawns sooner. Here unfortunately they find a good one. I probably actually should have gone for this as well then. So take with the bishop, take with the queen, take here, they take here, and then I could take without check, but they would check me forever, so I probably would have to take with check. So take, take, up, they probably take here, and I take with check, and the king can go back. And then, I'm not sure, do I just like push their queen around and just hit and hit until the queen moves somewhere that's less scary. And then actually I would put my... Oh, actually, yeah, where's the queen? Here. I would have to get the queen off of this diagonal, but then I could come and try and hit. Okay, so yeah, maybe I had a chance there in the game. I think here this is just crushing unless they make a mistake. I don't really think there's much more for me to do. Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, they already ran the analysis. Yeah, we were doing pretty good, made some mistakes, and then after dropping the piece, clearly they were just crushing. Let's first look at the opening though. Oh, it's quiet, I don't need it to be quiet. Give me some sound. There we go. Alright, so this is called the open Sicilian, but it's a Smith Morra after C3. So this is just a reverse Smith Morra of sorts, right? Reverse, just a delayed Smith Morra. E6 is the main move, D6, G6, A6. Yeah, but E6 was the main one. This is the Smith Morra main move as well. A6, Bishop C4. Okay, so immediately we're out of master theory. Let's see a few more. Yeah, we're just out. Let's see if we're following any games in the top leeches database. Rapid Classical 2000 and up. A6 is a move. E6 obviously the main. A4 is a move of the A6. Okay, so this is something that does happen. Well, the Bishop C4 is still by far the main, which is what I was expecting. A4, and here E6 is the best. Okay, so even though I wasn't so excited about this, what if they just continue doing kind of similar moves that they did? I'm supposed to play it out this way. Bishop C4. What if they force this trade? I guess I just have to... Oh, I can mess up their pawn structure and place my knight over here. Okay, let's see. I can also kind of... Yeah, okay. Bishop D3, castle. Not... Yeah, castle because my pawns are defended, not... Ah, okay, I have another in between. Here, they castle. BXA. Bishop C2. Gotta push it again. I'm gonna lose this pawn now. Shouldn't I push it? Oh no, I'm gonna lose it anyway. Castle, they take it with the rook, I guess. My queen's in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Alright, so maybe e6 is the way to go anyway. I think maybe in the opening study we'll double check it. Let's just move on with the engine then quickly. So I decided to fianchetto some games in this position. G6 still a move. Bishop F4 transposes. Bishop G7 E6. Alright, I've obviously been G7. E6 is still the move, and apparently D6 was the real good one. I guess it's to avoid them pushing immediately. Oh yeah, because if I go here and then they push, they've got this defended and I'm getting stuck. My pawns can't move. So if I go here and you push, then I guess I can just grab it. Oh, I can also just ignore it apparently. But would I ignore it? I feel like not. Here, what? I take an isolated pawn. I'm not a fan of this. I guess I have the IQP, whereas white has nothing. But I would not want to do that to my pawn structure if I didn't have to. Alright, I thought was good. There's no more opening book here. D5. D5, because I'm protecting it so I can break. And if they push, G4 does work. If they protect it, keep on pushing. That's a classic. I mean, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that a few times, but I didn't see the continuation in that case. The fact that you push d5 and then d4 to hit the knight away, that's real nice. Opening up this land for your queen. Alright. So not the best move here. Yeah, again, just wants to play d5. Okay, but I'm doing okay. I'm getting an advantage. As expected, my opponent's kind of position is worsening because of how they're playing. +2. So just clearly better. And here I have to do what? Just open up the game. Just open up the game. I guess this is the point always. The fact that I have an extra pawn means I can drop one in the center and just open up the game I want to. Still doing good though. Not the best move, but still good. Still good. Yeah, taking first was best. Take, and then yeah, then my whole spiel. Oh, and not knight jump, just queen up. Interesting. What am I trying to do here? Okay, so my knight jump was apparently not so good. Yeah, b5 I did think was a bit of a mistake. They put us back in that line, but taking the bishop pair is worse. Okay, I guess this is still to do with the fact that they just don't have many moves. I'm covering all of these squares. There's very limited space of where they can go with anything really. Yeah, wow, really. They've literally got only this diagonal here. So wouldn't I want to get on the diagonal in that case? It's okay, it's not great. So queen up. What does the engine say? Knight F, rook over. It's the... Okay. Okay. So giving the exchange option, not really. Okay. I mean, that's a lot of just moving in circles. Look at this. I've done this bishop like 2, 3 moves back. Yeah, I did this with my queen. I mean, this isn't really. I guess the point here is I'm threatening the rook again. So I'm just always threatening to take the exchange because I've cut off the space they have and I'm covering this square twice now. Alright, but anyway, I did the jump, which I thought was good, getting the bishop pair, and here again, what am I threatening in this position? Oh, okay. I'm threatening the knight, but it is defended sufficiently here, so what if they just move their king out of the way? Let's just give them a random move. Bishop back. What am I threatening? Okay, all of these positions I am far better, but it's not a win a piece immediately situation. It's a crash open the position slowly because my opponent gave me the middle game advantage. Okay, so here was a mistake. Oh, and this was just terrible. They just had to move out of the way, but they didn't. Yeah, and this is what I missed. This actually makes us basically equal. I'm still slightly better. They can force a trade if they want to. I wonder if they'd want to though, because I would be better in this position. Here they can hit all my pawns, but they can't take because the knight's gonna hang. And the knight's not gonna hang, so what if you take? I can fork you, I guess. It doesn't have any checks. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, and now it's just... Nope, sorry. Now it's just plus a million here. Yeah, no big moves I can make here. Winning back the pawn felt good. Let's just look at this last one here. I was thinking I should take here, here. Yeah, and then I thought, okay, well, what if I do this? Because I'm hitting everything. Oh, but they can just take it anyway, yeah. Okay, so no, that wasn't going to work out. Alright, unfortunate. Tough to take a loss. But definitely I think the main point here was that we clearly got the advantage out of the opening, right? So even though we're not playing a comfortable, familiar structure as such, our pieces are more active, we've got more control, and we're still up a pawn. So we were doing very, very good here. And actually, even though I messed up that movement order, my opponent didn't find the continuation. And here, instead of cashing in my advantage for the bishop pair, I'm supposed to just activate my rook because they can't. What happens if what happens if I do this and they activate the rook over here? I guess the problem is I'm coming in, so they always have to keep the rook on the back rack. Here, I'm going to win a pawn. Yeah, okay. So, I guess our mistake here was cashing in on our supposed advantage with the bishop pair, where we actually should have just continued controlling and developing because our opponent didn't have any good moves. Right, here we had an option to also continue the domination of the position. They can't move the rook, so this guy is protected by the bishop, so the bishop can't get off this diagonal, and this pawn is protected by these guys. I'm gonna come and attack the knight again. If you move the rook, then I can take your pawn. Yeah, so clearly actually just completely crushing, but we did not find the best move, and this was very silly. Even though the move we wanted to play is not very good, this is still losing, unfortunately. Um, very, very poor to play the wrong move from what we were thinking, so definitely something to think again. Quickly popping over to Sicilian. Sicilian, baseless. Oh, we have to go further down. Sicilian D. Let's just quickly look here. Smith Morra. I don't think I've got a delayed Smith Morra in my move orders. Yeah, this is just a Smith Morra. So what if we do this and then here? I mean, I'm going to call this the delayed Smith Morra because it basically is. Even if you don't call it that. Delayed Smith Morra. Same plans. So we want to play up here, play over here. Yeah, I mean, we could play many moves, but I'm going to lose e6 as the main move there because that's definitely the one that seems to be what we should have considered as well. Alright, thank you very much. Another game in the books. So unfortunate to lose, but a clear lesson that we should be taking stock of how much control we have of the board and not just cash it in because we can. If we can continue building solid pressure, solid control, let's continue strangling the opponent's options rather than releasing the pressure. Alright, so stay care and see you in the next one, and as always, continue improving. Bye bye.